Celtics going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's a wrap for me here in the studio. I want to send you out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll see you again.
And the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the tip. Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday, 2K Sports. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. First for the Celtics, speedy backcourt of Rondo and Bradley. And in at center out of the University of North Carolina, a skilled and mobile 7-footer Tyler Zeller. Then there's Green, and it's Sellinger in at the power forward. And for Los Angeles, Jeremy Lin is out there with Kobe. What a tremendous talent, getting ready for his first NBA appearance. Then there's Nick Young, and it's Boozer in at the foursome.
You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won a title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable, but last year it seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah. They added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
And so off the tip, it's Boston. The drive by Rondo, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
And Boston has possession. Green inside the three-point line. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Green's got the opening field goal of the game for Boston. And getting back to the Celtics and Rondo's injury, a lot of people expected them to start the rebuilding process. Ended up standing pat at the deadline, Steve. Even though there was, it seemed a lot of interest.
You know, you want to give that group, KG and Pierce and Rondo, you want to give them another run. And they had their last hurrah. They didn't get it finished. And now you start the rebuilding project. So a lot of trades, a lot of movement over the summer. But I like the fact that they gave that club one more run.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, basically a middle-of-the-road type free throw shooting team, about 76% a year ago.
Lakers ended up 17 and 13 against Eastern Conference teams last year, but that wasn't really a dominating effort. Certainly not what you would expect from a playoff team.
Kicks it to Bradley. There's the triple. Kept alive by Boston. Rondo dishes to Zeller. And that one's good.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
So it's the Lakers now. Well, to make the playoffs in the West, you do need to have a record similar to that of the Lakers against the East. You know, Steve, no team that made the postseason in the West had a record below 500. So the Lakers took care of what they needed to.
Well, you know what's odd, Kevin, is that in the shortened season before, when the Lakers were the cream of the Pacific Division and everything was going well, they only went 500 against the East. So, you know, if they want to bounce back this season, they'll need to not give away games and make sure they keep their out-of-conference record better than 500.
For Boston, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Outside Rondo, Jeff Green on the wing. Lets it go from 14. Sellinger passes to Brandt. 5 on the clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Another miss by Rondo.
I like the defense, guys, really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one. Boozer had his name floating around at the trade deadline last season, guys. There were a number of teams that were very interested in having his physicality and scoring ability down low.
Sellinger, no good.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Lin against Rondo. Kobe with the steal. And it's the Lakers on the break. Kobe's got the ball. Young's shot is off. Celtics trail by 5. And you wonder why Boozer's name would be floated in trade rumors. I mean, one of the top rebounding power forwards in the game can score inside and outside.
Well, I think, Kevin, teams are becoming more and more cap conscious with the new collective bargaining agreement. And Boozer is a very highly paid player. So even though he's productive, you know, I think some people are going to look at that contract and maybe shy away from it.
Outside, Kobe. The three. Zeller grabs the board.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the defense has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull that trigger. You've got to be in his face and not give him any space.
And you can see they recognize that, Clark. I mean, they are not going to give him that look.
Lynn kicks to Young. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Young outside. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Olenek is checked in for the Celtics. So it's Boston now. They trail by 7. And it's Rondo penetrating. There's the pass to Olenek. Can't get it to go. Excellent defense there from Boozer. Kobe against Green. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Now let's go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Byron Scott.
Yes, Kevin, when we talked about this game, he said his concern was how to handle Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, Rondo has no problem getting to the middle of defenses and finding open teammates. We have to make him become more of a jump shooter. Let's see if they can do just that.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Number 36. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
And that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
On its way from Young for 2. With nobody on him, he parries the jumper. Young's got 8. Number 36, defended by Lynn, and the basket by Thornton.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
And I know he's a fan favorite because he can catch fire immediately at any point in the ball game and just start pouring it in from all over the place.
That's 4 of 5 to start this game, guys. He's rolling.
Number 36, defended by Lynn. On its way from Young for 2. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And that one's good.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Here's Lynn. Outside, Kobe for 3. It's rebounded by Olenek. Celtics trail by 5. Number 36. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Lakers leading by 3. Kobe sets the pick for Lynn. Pass to Kobe. Off the screen. Here's Boozer. Rejected by Thornton.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.